In the grand halls of Buckingham Palace, amidst the ticking clocks and endless rituals of royal life, there was one child of Queen Victoria who dared to be different. Her name was Princess Louise Caroline Alberta, born on March 18, 1848, the sixth child of Queen Victoria and Prince Albert. While her siblings were destined for crowns, armies, and thrones, Louise was born with something rarer, a restless, creative soul. As a young girl, she found solace not in jewels or banquets, but in colors and clay. She would sit for hours, sketching faces, sculpting with quiet concentration, her imagination soaring far beyond the palace gates. Her father, Prince Albert, recognized her talent early and encouraged her artistry. But after his death, Queen Victoria's world turned dark, and with it, Louise's free spirit was confined by court protocol and endless mourning. Yet even in that suffocating silence, she carved her own freedom. Louise became the first royal to study at the National Art Training School in London, a scandalous act for the daughter of a reigning monarch. Reporters whispered, courtiers frowned, but the princess held her chisel with pride. In marble, she found her rebellion. Among her most famous works was the statue of her mother, Queen Victoria, now standing in Kensington Gardens, the first public monument by a royal woman in Britain. Through her hands, the cold marble came alive, not just a queen, but a mother she longed to understand. For every stroke of the chisel was both love and longing. But beyond her artistry, Louise's life was laced with mystery. She was intelligent, outspoken, and modern, a woman far ahead of her time. She loved literature, debate, and the company of artists, writers, and thinkers, not all of them approved by the Queen. Rumors whispered that she had affairs with sculptors, poets, even members of the household staff. The royal family dismissed them as gossip, but the rumors never truly died. In 1871, she married John Campbell, the 9th Duke of Argyll, a man of intellect and charm, but this was not a fairy tale. The marriage brought her independence, yes, but also loneliness. Some said it was a union of respect, not passion. Others whispered of secrets that the royal archives will never reveal. Yet despite the silence, Louise carried herself with grace, continuing her art, her causes, and her quiet defiance. She supported women's education, fought for better living conditions for artists, and befriended those far below her social rank. To her, art was not just beauty, it was freedom. And perhaps, through every sculpture and sketch, she carved her way out of the golden cage of royalty. As the years passed, her world changed, the empire her parents built began to tremble, and many of her siblings were gone. Louise, now older and frailer, would often be seen walking alone through Kensington Gardens, past the statue she had sculpted of her mother decades before. They said she would pause there sometimes, looking up at the marble face of Queen Victoria, as though speaking silently to her from across time. Princess Louise, Duchess of Argyll, died on December 3, 1939, the last surviving daughter of Queen Victoria. By then, the world was at war once more, and her name had faded into quiet history. Yet her legacy lives on in the curve of marble, the strength of her art, and the courage of a royal woman who dared to dream differently. She was not just a princess. She was an artist, a rebel, and a woman who sculpted her own destiny one chisel stroke at a time.